Right, I'm just making a quick video on an easy one pan fudge brownie mixture to make some chocolate fudge brownies. They're actually Terry's Orange chocolate fudge brownies. I've been on YouTube all morning looking at recipes. I know everybody's recipes look complicated and a lot of messing about. I found a recipe online that I thought was a bit of a goer, and I thought this was quite easy. So what I've done, I've adapted the recipe slightly. So what you need for the recipe, and now I've been to Tesco's. I think all the ingredients have come from Tesco's, and the first thing you need is 2 cans of sweetened condensed milk. Right, that's your first ingredient. Yeah. Your next ingredient, plain flour, which you need 240 grams. I think we've got 250 grams, so we upped it a bit. We've got 1 Terry's chocolate orange chopped up into bits. Look, so it's not, obviously you break it and you get the orange segments, and then I've chopped them into like 4s or whatever like that. I've got Tesco's cocoa powder. We've got 50 grams in there, 50 grams of Tesco's cocoa powder, and then we've got Whitworth's light soft brown sugar. We've got 90 grams of that. We've got some vanilla essence. I think you need two teaspoons of that, and then we've got some baking powder. You need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, right? Now, this is an easy recipe, and to be honest, this is just an easy plug. All I'm trying to do, and some butter as well. So you've got a whole pack of Anchor butter. I think you need something like 230 grams in a pack. There's 250. So basically, we chuck in the whole pack Anchor butter in the mix. Yeah. So all I'm trying to do, to be honest, is trying to increase my subscribers. I'm off work because I've had an earlier operation, and I thought it might be a good idea to do a bit of cooking. I'm going to do some more food reviews to try and boost subscribers. So if you do like this video, please subscribe and like. So right, Rachel's going to start doing the mix. So you carry on.
Right, so we've preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius.
So yeah, the oven's running 180 degrees. Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop butter in the pan. Already chopped up, and then just add the condensed milk.
I say the condensed milk from Tesco's is ever so cheap. I think it's £1, a pound a can. So that was the cheapest stuff. I've just tried a bit, and it tastes all right to me. I think condensed milk is condensed milk, to be quite honest. My granddad always used to have this in his tea. Instead of having proper milk, he used to have, I don't know, teaspoon of condensed milk in his tea. That's what he used to have. I remember trying it and it being quite nice. So there's a tip. If you want to indulge yourself, and you can't go with designer fragrances, Ferraris, and Armani suits, maybe just start with a bit of condensed milk in your tea. Do you know what I mean? Right. So we got the condensed milk in the butter in.
Right, I'm going to melt it together.
But I'd say that this looks an easy recipe. All these recipes that I've looked at this morning, they just look too many ingredients, too complicated. You just want something that's easy, don't you? Do you know what I mean? And I think the idea of using the condensed milk, I'm hoping that they're quite sort of sticky and fudgy, and you know what I mean? They stay moist. That's what I'm hoping. Because in the past, we've had fudge brownie kits, and what I noticed with them is they're all right the first time you cook them, but as they sort of dry out a day later or 2 days later, they're not so good. Do you know what I mean? But I'm hoping with all this fat condensed milk that it's going to be, you know, quite sort of, quite sort of fudgy and moist. I'm going to make this video in 2 parts. So the idea will be to cook the mixture, get it in the baking tray, get it in the oven, and then once it's cooked, we will get it out of the oven, and we'll have a tasting. Perhaps get Sebastian in, and we'll try them when they're cool, and see what we got.
Probably should have cut the butter up a bit smaller.
Yeah. Say the other ingredients, I think, like you know, the chocolate, whatever chocolate you're using, you can use whatever you want. You know, I was toying with the idea of Smarties, and I was toying with the idea of Tony's chocolate. You know, that chocolate from Holland. I was sort of toying with the idea of that. But the old Terry's chocolate orange. So a whole Cherry's chocolate orange is going in, and in Tesco's at the minute they're £1.50, and I kind of thought this video, I might be able to, when I'm listing the tags on it, I'll be able to put Christmas treat cookings or Easter treat cookings. You know, you can have a Terry's chocolate orange any time of the year, can't you? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's melting, look.
Getting there.
Getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. What you got to do after that? What's your next step?
You have to mix in the dry ingredients.
Right.
So your flour, cocoa, sugar.
But as I say, you know,
baking powder.
Hopefully it's a real quick recipe. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're hoping. And like I say, 1 pot. You know, you don't want to be messing around. You know, I've been looking at things as well this morning. Because I wanted to use condensed milk, and I've been looking at fudge. You know, like fudge making, and the recipes with the fudge making, you've got to like whisk, like get a hand whisk and whisk it on the heat for like 20 minutes. I thought there's no chance of doing that. After I've whisked something for like 10 seconds, I've had enough. Do you know what I mean? But you can see, like, you know, Rachel's doing an expert job at stirring this. Mm-hmm. You know, we have had a little bit of a tidy up in the kitchen because it's a bit of a mess, and we don't want to look like we're like slum dossers.
It still is a mess.
But it still is a mess. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it didn't matter, does it? It's what it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're back there, aren't you, with that?
Look. See a few lumps.
It's hard to judge as well. You know how much stuff you're going to have as well, isn't it? You know, it's like you get your pan, but you can see sort of what size that pan is. The dry ingredients don't look a lot. The flour, the cocoa powder, and the thing don't look a lot. Do you know what I mean?
It's all melted.
Yeah. Well, leave it on the leave it on. Oh, you brought the thing back, have you?
Right. So it says, once melted, remove from the heat and stir in the brown sugar and vanilla extract. So I've got the brown sugar.
We weighed all the ingredients out to just try and make it a bit quicker. We wanted to keep the video down to, I don't know, 7 minutes or something like that. We didn't want to have messing about, measuring things particularly. Measuring things out when we could have it all pre-measured.
It doesn't really dissolve it.
No, it will do when you get it back on the heat.
No, don't say that.
What's it say?
So, then you've got I've got to put in the vanilla, and then it says stir through the cocoa, flour and baking powder. Stir through the chocolate and then put it in the dish. Right,
okay. Well, weigh it in then, that'll do. Weigh in the vanilla.
2 teaspoons.
This is 2 teaspoons of cheapo vanilla essence. You know, nothing fancy.
Did have them all sorted, but you moved them. Got to count 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And what we'll do as well, we'll try a bit before it goes in the baking tray. We'll see what we got. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So I'm stirring cocoa. It's not that easy to stir in.
No.
It's like it's waterproof.
Yeah, that's it. What about the flour? That might help.
Well, I'll get the cocoa stirred in first.
So you've got to put the ingredients in, stir one lot in,
Yeah.
then the flour. Yeah, so you'll get like a chocolate ganache type thing going on, and then just add the flour. Yeah. I say it was just plain flour. It wasn't self-raising flour, and like I said, it was Tesco's own brand, cheapo cocoa. I think the cocoa was like £3. I don't know how much the flour was. I don't know, but it's probably one of them things where you've probably got flour in your cupboards anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Done with a bigger pan, but I think it might just get away with it.
Yeah, get away with it. What we'll do as well, we'll tip that in your dish. We'll tip that in your dish, and then we'll add that chocolate and try and submerge it a bit. Drop it in. Do you know what I mean? We're not. You know what I'm saying?
Work out.
Like I said, I'm just trying to do a few different types of videos. I'm hoping this week there's a place in Peterborough called I think it's the Frying Scotsman. I think it is. There's like a burger van. I'm going to try and review that.
Baking powder.
And I might do some more cooking as well in the week, sort of thing.
1.5 teaspoons. I'm going to have to... I've dropped my spoons on the floor. So
Yeah, just use that. Because if you bung that chocolate, I want to make it melt out anyway, but...
I could put a bit in, and then stir it in, and then put the rest on after.
Maybe. But yeah, it looks a good colour, doesn't it? It looks like it looks reasonable. That does. Looks, you know what I mean? Looks how it should look.
Oh, do you want to put a bit of chocolate in?
You tip it in, yeah.
Just
Obviously,
a bit.
yeah. Go on, just try a bit. Yeah. I think with these recipes, you've just got to try and you know, yeah, it's melting, isn't it?
No, it's just submerged.
Is it? Bang it all in, then chuck it all in.
Yeah, leave the rest. Oh, yeah, it's melting now. Right.
Right, do you want to get it in your baking tray? So we've got we've pre-prepped this. So we've got a baking tray. We've put some butter in it, and then we've put this lining paper, parchment paper on top, and then some more butter on top of that.
I think it's going to be too much.
Just put it in, see how you go. Yeah, it'll be all right.
It's got to rise a bit.
Well, it'll be all right, won't it? It'll be all right.
Oh, I think it's going to be too much. Yeah, the pan was a bit slightly smaller than recommended.
You know, this looks a very decadent recipe, doesn't it? Yeah, try and get rid of that flour if you can that's on top.
I'm not going to do anything.
Well, it's real. You don't know how much it's going to rise. You can bear in mind it's not got an egg in it. Maybe it's not going to rise a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Baking powder in it.
Yeah.
I think it'll rise.
Dear. Right. Well, anyway, that's what we'll be doing. So that's going in the oven.
30 minutes. It
So
says.
yeah, 30 minutes at 180.
Look at the state of our oven.
Right. So stop. Right. So that's all we're doing, and we'll see you in the part 2 for the tasting. Okay. Cheers. Bye.